Today we are making the easiest, cutest little project. It's so fast. It's the Mademoiselle Pompadour. How cute is this? This is a perfect thing to make for gifting. If you bought someone a gift card or something like that, it's the perfect thing to place the gift card in and give it to someone as a gift. So cute. Also, I am making one because a lot of times I leave the house, I like to just carry my keys, or if I'm going for a walk or something, I just want my keys and maybe my chapstick. I'm going to make one of these so that I can wear it around my waist when I run to the store or go walking or something. So yeah, super cute. Let's get started. I've cut out my 2 pieces. Now this is a modified version. This is the original. The one I'm making today is going to be modified and making it out of leather, and I'm not going to be making a lining. So this is going to be a super fast project. I've cut my pieces out. I've used my pattern piece to mark my snap placement and my hole placement. I've got this, my main panel piece cut out, and I have used that to mark all of my holes for my eyelets. Once I've got that done, oh, you know what? I should have made a mark. Make a note of which side is your top and bottom. Okay? Because that's where you're going to be adding this piece, the top and the bottom. And this is just, I added some webbing for decor because, you know, I'm extra girl. So I'm going to put a little dot, a little T. So I'll know that's where these pieces are going to be joining. All right, now because I'm not doing a lining, but I want it to still look like there's going to be, like there's some seams on this, I'm going to just go and add a seam at 1/8 of an inch around this both of these pieces. Now this is going to be the top. So I want my thread to start and stop on this side, somewhere where it's going to be bent. So I'm just going to start right here. Okay, now we're going to punch some holes out. I'm using these little dies I got off of Amazon to get this done. Very easy. Okay, now we are just going to match up this panel with this. And we're putting the eyelets through the top. So first through this panel piece, and then through the other one. Okay. Get our washers put on. And then use our tool to get it closed up. The part that sticks out, that's the part that goes on the bottom. Once you have that done, grab your bottom template and place it in the center of this piece right here, and use a removable marker, removable pen, to trace around that template, and then you're going to go and just sew that on. So basically that's going to be attaching this to this. To be completely honest, you don't have to attach it. That's the beauty of it. Like if you don't attach it, it's fine. It's not going to go anywhere because it's attached right here. I am going to attach it right around my webbing, just because. Okay, so at this point, you could go and add eyelets to all of the holes that you made. I'm not going to. One, because it's leather, and so I'm okay with those holes being exposed like that. And secondly, once we put our string in it and draw it up, you're not going to be able to see those holes. So in my opinion, it's not worth, for this piece, I'm making this for me, it's not worth me going and putting those eyelets in it. It's fine. Okay, the last thing we need to do is get our snap installed. This leather, it's not translating well on camera from what I'm seeing, but it's a beautiful mustard. I got it from Modern Fabric. They have leather remnants. They're $10 and you get some nice size pieces. I have a whole review on it if you're interested in that on my YouTube channel. It's a great deal. You can't beat it. I highly recommend it. Okay, so let's get this installed really quick. Okay, so for the side that is going to be the front, you're going to be using the piece that's flat and then the piece that has the hole in it. Flat side is facing the exterior. It's going to be on the exterior side. And then you just place that right on top. Oh, I poked the big size hole like for the eyelet on the front and the back. I shouldn't have done that. I should have done a normal size hole. So please be careful that you don't make a mistake like me. It's still going to be fine, but I just recommend that you use a normal size hole for installing these snaps. It's going to be fine, but I shouldn't have done that. Okay, so this flat side is on the front. This circle part goes on the back. I'm going to be using the flat side of this tool. And then from this tool, the side that has the point, we're going to stick it right inside of that hole. And then I'm going to whack it a few times with a hammer. Okay. On the opposite side, we're going to be using these two posts. One of them is longer than the other. The longer post is going to go in from the bottom. So this is the exterior. And now the shorter post is going to go right on top of it. Now you're going to place the bottom on here. And now instead of using the flat side, you're going to use the side that has a little bit of a groove. Place the middle of that right on that groove. It's going to fit in. You're going to feel it. There we go. Now we need our other tool that I don't see, of course. Okay, found it. So now we're going to be using the tool that has, from the side it looks flat, but when you turn it, you can see that it's kind of like a hole in there. I'm going to place that hole right over where it's sticking out, the stud. Okay. So a piece is coming through the front. And now you're just going to go in and out throughout the entire thing. All right, and once you've got it all the way through, you're just going to gently pull your drawstring. and it's going to gather up the way it's supposed to. Okay. Now you may need to go in and make a few adjustments, just kind of get it to fall where it needs to. Trying to get everything even. I'm going to go ahead and snap mine closed to help me assist in the proper placement. Okay. Technically, we're done. But I love a small bag. That's my thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add something on the side so that I can wear this as like a, you know, like a little tiny cute fanny pack or across my chest. Because when I go walking, I like to have like my keys and my chapstick. Sometimes when I run to the store, I just bring my keys. So this would be perfect for me to have on my waist or, you know, across my chest. So I'm going to add some straps to it. I've got these. They're so convenient for stuff like this. They come with a screw. They're available on my website, and I can just stick a hole on the side and get those added really quick. I may go back and add these. I have these cute little things for drawstrings that I used on my other bag. I was making this one a little bit more casual, so I didn't put it on, but I may go back and add it. We'll see. So I'm just going to add a hole to the middle. So when this folds, you'll see you get 3 folds on each side. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to add a hole on my middle one on both sides. And I'm just guesstimating it. I'm not measuring it or anything. It's not really that serious to me. Okay. All right, there we go. She's ready for a swivel hook. Okay, I was trying to decide which webbing I should use for this one. First, I was like, this is it. This is great. But then I saw this one, and I was like, no, this is it. This is great. What do you think? Which one? I think I'm gonna go with the bottom one. All right, so I'm gonna make a quick strap for this. This webbing is 2 inches wide, and I don't want it that wide. So I'm going to just fold it in half and make it 1 inch. Yeah, like I mentioned, this webbing is 2 inches wide. As you can see, it has a different pattern on the front and the back. I am going to go with this pattern because I'm gonna be folding it in half to make it a 1 inch strap. So all I'm doing is folding it in half, adding a few clips. All right, let me go ahead and finish up this strap. I'm going to put it up and over. I prefer not to use rivets when I'm dealing with webbing, but you could most certainly poke a hole there and add a large rivet. Just make sure that after you poke that hole that you burn it, because you don't want your webbing unraveling. I think I'm going to just add a stitch. Again, I have an industrial, so I can go through my material like this. It might make more sense if you have a domestic to just go ahead and add a rivet. Okay, my strap is now wrong side facing up. I'm gonna run it through my swivel hook, back around, making sure that I am not twisting my strap at all. I'm going to run my strap. Oh, if you're looking at this, ignore my arm. I got into some plants, elephant ear. The liquid inside of it got on my body, and I am having a reaction, kind of like poison ivy. Okay, so I went up, and now I'm gonna go back down into my adjuster. And there we go. Now I'm gonna grab my other swivel hook, run that through, bam. If you want, you can put a strap in right here. I'm not gonna do all that. I am just going to fold it over. You know, it's burnt. It looks pretty good. I could just leave it like that, but I'll fold it over once to hide that seam, just to be a little bit more professional. I challenge myself to try to be as professional as possible whenever I make a bag, okay? So now let's get this attached. All right, there we go. There we go, super easy. Now I have the perfect little pouch to wear when I go walking or when I'm running a quick errand. I almost forgot. My name tags are gold and they're a little bit too fancy for this bag, I think. So what I did was I made some leather name tags myself. If you like this and you want to do it yourself, guess what? I have a whole tutorial on it. It's super easy. I have a Cricut. You can use a Cricut or any kind of software that is made for designing. This is a piece of leather, and I got my business name, Lola, on that. So I am going to just be attaching this instead of, you could sew it on. I don't want to sew it on because I don't want those seams showing on the inside. So I'm going to be using cement glue. And once you put this stuff on, it's permanent. So I'm going to get this on. Once you put this on, you have to give it about 15 minutes to cure, which means just to let it get tacky enough to work. You also have to put it on both pieces of material that's going to be sticking to each other. So I am going to take it and press it against here where I want it to be, just so I can have my glue on there. So I'm going to even it as best I can, and I'm placing it on the back. I think this looks good right here. So that's just so that I can get the glue on it. There we go. Now I'm going to take it off. And put a little bit more on now that I have the mark. Okay, and I'm gonna let it sit for about 15 minutes and then we'll be good to go.